Yes, her skin was warm. She also got some breakout, not some, she got a lot of breakouts on her face with some red buttons. She was peevish, but when she was 2 months, she got her first set of shots. Officials are supposed to come and check your home to ensure that the baby has their own sleeping space and to ensure that they are entering into a good environment. It's a environment that will be. Alright, so all that I'm going to discuss with you guys here today would be showed in Baby on Board series season 2. So, this is just a brief summary of what I expect with the 6 weeks mark when they tell you to come into the when they tell you to go into the clinic. The baby doesn't get any injections at that point in time. They actually wait till the 2 month mark to give the baby their first 3 shots. So when we went, it was actually a shocker for me. They did the same thing as if I was pregnant. So that was the urine check, blood pressure, to ensure that everything is okay with my pressure. They would ask you if you had the gestational diabetes. I don't think I ever had it. I honestly and truly don't know, because they lost my information with my test and with my test like that. I would say that I wasn't too well during my pregnancy, so I honestly and truly don't know if I did have it or if I didn't have it. But they would ask. I told them no, because as far as I knew, I didn't have any diabetes. So they would do the urine, they would do your vitals, and they would ask you some questions. They would also take your weight again to ensure that you are either I'm not too sure if you put it on or if you lose it, because I lost weight with baby girl. Alright? Well, at that time. I put back on weight now. So they would check your weight. They would also check the baby's weight to ensure that they are progressing nicely for that point. They would check their weight as well as their height, I believe. They would also, on the first visit, the doctor also placed her to lie down and then held her hands and raised her up to see whether or not she would do the rest by bringing herself up. So I guess they're checking the mobility of the baby as well. And that was it. They listened to the chest, they listened to the lungs, they did their feeling, make sure everything was good. So those are the things you can expect when you go to the health center. Well, as I'm here, so month number 2, all right, there are some things that we need to discuss that would have happened in month 1 that flowed into month number 2 as well. All right, so in the first month when we came out of the hospital, we bought the Similac milk for her, and that was then changed to the Lactogen. Firstly, because of price, Similac is very expensive, and it's not as much as you would get into the tin. The Lactogen is not a lot cheaper, but the Lactogen is cheaper, but you will get more. Alright, even though with the Similac, if you're making like 3 ounces of milk, they will put a scoop, 1 scoop and a half. But with the Lactogen, you will have to put 3 scoops for the 3 ounces, because it's 1 scoop for every ounce. Whereby with the Similac is like if it's 2 ounces, you put 1 scoop. So we made the switch. We initially bought the Similac because of the gripe that she was experiencing. Now gripe is normal, gripe is natural. They say most babies are born with gripe. Mariah had it, and she had it very badly.
Baby girl had it.
Alright, baby girl had it, She had it bad. Um, what my mom also said, that when I thought she was smiling, which she was, is that anytime you see like, it's look as though they're smiling, but if it happens while they're sleeping, most times that is when they have deep breath. You could also actually, like when you hold them, you could actually feel it moving, and if you press on the navel and stuff, you would feel the gas in your system. Now, the pressing of the navel is a bit of a controversy between, I know, the medical profession as well as the old people saying, because the doctors and them say no, that's not something that you have to do. The navel will go in and blah blah blah. But the older folks they say you gotta press in the navel to make sure the baby don't get a hernia, and to make sure that it don't remain bang and stuff. They even tell you to take a 25 cents and tie it down and all that good stuff. But I actually just used to press it to feel the gas. I didn't press it for any other reason. Alright? So we made the switch from the Similac to the Lactogen because, as I said, price as well as quantity. Alright, it did not factor negatively. However, I would say that when I did introduce the Lactogen to her, she vomited twice, like twice after each feed, but also at that point in time she was having a lot of issues with booping. She was not booping at all. You know, it would be very, and it, or either is you have to take very long patting her back to get her to boop, even if you use the nurse's position, which is holding them with your thumb here and your index here, right? And you have to have them upright, but you can't have them in that sitting position for too long because they're newborns and you know you don't want to damage their spine. So we had a bit of an issue with getting her to boop. For 1 month and 2 months she had issues with booping. Alright. Also I have issues with producing milk, so that is why I would have been breastfeeding as well as giving her the formula. When I first came out of the hospital, my friend Maya, she brought me a lot of bushes for different reasons. One of the bush she brought for me was the vulva, and I would say the vulva did help. So I actually regret not getting any more to keep up with, so that I would have been producing enough milk. Doctors they say, and they will always tell you that the baby gets everything or all the milk that they need from you. I understand, actually do not agree with it. I'm not doubting them with their jobs, or they would know. But honestly, I could breastfeed I could breastfeed baby girl for about 3 hours straight, 4 hours straight, and when I take her off the breast, she would cry immediately. When I give her about a 2 ounce or 3 ounce of milk, she'll be settled, she'll be satisfied. So I did do the breastfeeding as well as the formula feeding. Mothers who don't have that issue, I would say breastfeed. Is be hard, yes. So what you can do is also pump the milk and leave it so that other persons, like if it's your husband or boyfriend, whoever is home helping you, they could have the milk so that when the baby has to feed, you will get a little time for yourself. Now, nothing wrong with wanting a little time, because trust and the babies need it, right? So that is with regards to feeding.
Sleep patterns.
Alright, so the sleep patterns was every 3 hours I followed what the hospital recommended. Baby needs to feed at every 3 hours even though they are asleep. So if baby's sleeping, maybe for about 2 weeks, 2-3 weeks honestly, I would have woken her up and give her her feed regardless of whatever time it is in the night or in the morning, because their blood sugar levels could go low. So that would actually make them sleep more even though they are hungry, and that's not a good thing. So I used to get up and even set even if it was like every 3 or 4 hours, whenever it is, I would get up and I would feed. She even used to wake up for her feed. At that point in time, she very rarely used to be sleeping through the night, so it was kind of hard. She actually used to sleep during the day more than she would have slept in the night, and at times I would have left her to sleep a little longer during the day. That is just so that I can get certain things done, like if it's with regards to washing her clothes or scalding her bottles, organizing the water for her thermos and stuff, just making sure, even if I still wash my things or clean up something, I would actually leave her to sleep more. But I did used to ensure that she is properly fed, because I wasn't taking any chances with regards to the blood levels dropping, right? However, it was at week 3 or week 4 when I went by Jacob's mom, and she did sleep for the entire night, and I slept through the entire night as well. I was tired and I didn't get up. She went to sleep at around 8 o'clock, at around 8, and she did not wake up until 6 the following morning. Now that is a big time gap, but as I said, I was very tired at that point, and I don't know, I guess she knew I was tired, so she slept. But that was the first night in which she would have slept so long. It was she started sleeping through the night after that point. What I would do, however, if it is I know that she's going to sleep, I would actually try to keep her up until later. So let's say I would put her down at around 10 o'clock, just so that she would spend a shorter period of time without getting a feed, if that makes sense. So if she was fed at 10, then I would put her to like half 9, between half 9 and 10 o'clock. I'll ensure that there's a time when she's due for a feed, so that if she sleeps until 6 the following morning, she didn't spend so much of a period of time without actually having something in her system, right? But it's at that point in time when she actually started sleeping through the night. One thing I did learn though is that your baby will start, so when the babies when they young newborn, I would say like a week or two, they will be up every 3 to 4 hours for feeding, right? And there would be, well, it all depends, it's all dependent on your baby, where they would start to sleep throughout the night. However, when it is you see that the child regress or goes back into waking up during the night, what I read on that is because they have hit a growth spurt, so their sleeping patterns would have changed. That happened for baby girl at 4 months, where she's actually starting back waking up during the night. And well, when it happened, it was also when she got her shots. So I was just doing my research on it to make sure that everything is going okay with us. But that was one of the things that I learned. So when she was 2 months, she got her first set of shots. It was not the MMR shot she got. It was something that I cannot pronounce. It was 3 shots she got. One was a polio. Alright. At that time, she was good the day or the evening she came home. She was a bit fussy, but she was good. However, she got her shots on a Thursday. It's on the Friday when she started displaying the symptoms. She got a little fever, nothing serious. It was not a high fever, just that her skin was warm. Her skin was warm. She also got some breakout, not some, she got a lot of breakouts on her face with some red buttons. She was peevish, but by Saturday she was good. What we did, we bought the Panadol, the baby Panadol, and with that, the directions say every 6 hours, right? So she got, we made sure to that was something, even if she doesn't have the fever, or even if she didn't have the fever, sorry, we would have given her the Panadol to ensure that it does not come on. We also would have kept her cool, so have her in front of a fan, or we have AC home, so either have her out in the living room area with the AC, or the window open to let the breeze pass through, just to make sure that she was was comfortable. Alright. With my sister's babies, one got it so badly that when she got her shot, she had actually had us to take her to a doctor, because she started like breathing funny and was shivering very badly. I remember that was very, very scary. So babies react differently to the shot, so just be mindful, be aware of what is going on with your child. At that time, well, for me, baby girl mostly wanted me, so I had was to be at home with her to ensure that she sleeping comfortably, or is just basically okay, because she wanted what we call purple. She wanted her purple just for comfort. So they look forward to them being peevish. They would be a bit more fretty, a bit more angsty, and that's just because the vaccine is working through their systems, as you know. So you just have to have a little more patience at that point in time.